Denizens, your neck, your back. We're going to philosophize in between your thighs and crack. It's the RomeBros, and we're back again.
Buddy, as soon as we start the video, you have to stand up and show your boner.
We're ready to go this morning.
He is. I don't know if I am.
We are bricked up and ready for another episode of Philosophy. We're back at Casa de Groves. My name is Darius. I'm with my main man, Marcel, on my right-hand side.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna take...
Pierre is here with a raging heart-on for some reason. We don't know what's going on with that.
And he is just acting especially energetic today.
Yeah, ripped, roaring, and ready to go. We're back with more philosophy.
Stop. Why? Like you were hiding it the whole time.
Yeah.
We were sitting here for like 5 minutes waiting for it to go away.
He knew as soon as we start rolling. Sometimes you got to.
He's like, no, I'm gonna stand up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn my body. Oh my god!
Show the world what he's working with. That's my boy.
Oh no. Well, we're here.
My boy. Yeah, we're back.
We're gonna talk about things, probably.
Yeah. Now, it's still on you if you want to do that, or if you want to jump into the song about fucking, or not about fucking, or I don't know how you wanted to...
I don't know either. What do we...
handle that.
How are we... Is my shirt on?
We still got a lot of topics to talk about.
We do. We got lots. Yeah. We always have things to talk about. That's what we do here, folks, on the RomeBros. We do talk about things.
Yeah.
I don't know. Usually we do the song at the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, we can keep that going.
We can do that. So my song... We'll do my song. Yeah. So my song is... the song Miles on It.
Okay.
And I want to be very clear, this is not a song that is of my taste. I will say that me and country music, we got a very, very interesting relationship.
Same.
Because country music is probably the music I'm most familiar with.
Yeah.
Given that my mom would always listen to it in the car growing up. And that when my brother went through his first music phase, he was into country music as well.
Really, as a kid?
Yeah. Well, I mean, his mom listened to it, so probably probably passed down a little bit.
Music he was.
Yeah. And then I got away from it for a while, and then at my new job, the coworker who sits right next to me has the radio on that blasts country music for like the first half of the day.
Oh boy.
It's not very loud, so it's not like I don't really hate it that much. It's like fine, but I know just about like every lyric of every country song ever made at this point, I think.
Now, as someone that used to work in a call center where we couldn't we couldn't have like just continuous audio, like it'd have to be silent, if not for you to be on the phone for somebody else.
Yeah.
Is that a hard transition for you to concentrate with just music just constantly on in the background?
Or something to do? Where I don't really do anything at work.
Okay, so yeah.
So it's not particularly difficult. You know, it's like, oh no, it's so hard for me to focus doing nothing.
Yeah, so. I forget that you guys don't stay.
Yeah, we don't do work.
I feel like that would be very difficult for me to be productive if somebody was just playing country music.
It's well, I mean, yeah, if it was country music, that does make it a little bit tougher, doesn't it? But no, it's pretty quiet. Yeah. I would say like it's not like it's not overwhelming at all, so yeah, it's not too bad at all. But look, just because I know the lyrics to every single country song, and just because I like danced every single one I listen to, doesn't mean I like them. All right, it just means that I know them. No, I just know them. All right, I just happen to know them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Like you said, I have a very interesting relationship with country music. For me, especially as like a toddler, you know, like I was raised by my grandma, who like raised like 7 to 8 other kids of her own. So raising, you know, a kid, like it was a little difficult for her because she was old and tired. So she had to use whatever means that she could to kind of help her along. So country music for her was kind of like prisoner of war torture, in the sense that like if she was just ready for me to like go to bed and be done, she would just put on country music. And for some reason, dude, it worked. It was like fucking... I felt like Superman, like, if somebody, like, took him away from the sun, like, I just instantly, like, I hear that twang, and, like, it's like, it just takes my soul from me, dude. Like, I can't do
we want to do it at the end of the episode?
I'm just saying, like, I don't know, if it's not super twangy.
It's not super twangy.
And, like, you know, I can, like, if I'm focused on it, you know what I mean? I can kind of, like, fight against it. But it does have an effect on me, like, psychologically. it's like I'm programmed like, oh shit, you hear that twang, it's bedtime. Like my spirit just fucking.
Oh, that's good. Well, I'll keep that in mind
Yeah.
for future. This one's not too country.
Okay.
For sure, I would say. Yeah. Maybe I'm just terrible with genres.
And country music anymore, especially like modern country, is very influenced by hip hop. So like, there's like 808 and shit in country now. It's definitely
a modern country music song.
So like, it shouldn't be too painful, but yeah, we can check it out. You want me to put it on the big screen, or we're not gonna risk the copyright?
Well, let me see if it is. I would assume it is. Yeah. It seems like the kind of song that would most certainly be copyrighted. But let's see. Is Miles on it? Copyright. Uh-oh. That's not the song. Not 1,000 Miles. That's not the song we're talking about.
If it's a modern song,
yes, it is.
Yeah, it's safe to assume that it is. Honestly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna pause, folks. If you want to listen to the song "Miles on It," it's by apparently Marshmello. I didn't know he was a country singer. And
it's not Kane Brown.
It is Kane Brown and Marshmello.
Okay, all right.
It's both of them.
Okay.
Is Kane Brown a known country singer?
Oh wow! I mean, this guy's Martin Luther King's dream, though. Look at him. That's a mulatto bag of what ethnicity? Can we guess the ethnicity of this gentleman?
Okay, let's stop.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I don't know if we can legally. I mean, we can do that, but like, is that?
Yeah, it's probably not very PC. All
right, we're gonna listen to the Miles on It song, and then we'll be right back. If you want to listen to it, go listen to yourself. I'll give you a 3-second countdown to pause, and we'll be back in 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Hopefully you listen to that song. If not, that's okay. I mean, I guess I'll have the lyrics here, so you'll know what we're talking about. What'd you think? Pretty horrible?
Okay. Like, bias aside, what I can say about country music and, like, what I can appreciate about country music as a writer, like, they're very good about picking a subject matter and sticking to it. Like, for, like, somebody, like, that listens to a lot of rappers aren't really good at that. Like...
Yeah, you're all over the place.
Yeah, and even, like, if the song's about their dead friend, they're still gonna find a way to tell you, like, that they had sex with your girlfriend and that they have more money than you. Like, that's usually a thing. So, I appreciate that aspect of it. It's difficult to say that the song is about anything but fucking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when I first heard it, I was like, oh, maybe you can argue it's just about a guy going for a ride. And then I looked at the lyrics and I was like, nah. Yeah. No, that's not really super possible.
Like, maybe he wants his truck to depreciate in value for some reason by putting a bunch of miles on it. But, yeah, especially, like, when he makes the reference to the truck bed being the size of a California king. Like, okay, like,
yeah,
he's talking about being in bed, and this guy basically wants to have sex in his truck.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Now, okay, we've decided it's definitely about fucking. Yeah. My bad for not choosing a better song, but we can turn this into a great concept. Would you fuck someone in the back of a Chevy pickup truck? No bed.
No bed.
Just the back of a Chevy pickup truck.
I mean, if they were willing to be on top.
You would take the bottom?
Yeah, in a truck, dude. You wanna have that fucking grating on your knees as you're trying to fucking make it happen? I'd rather be on the bottom.
But like, you're gonna have that grating on your back.
I mean, that would be, but
I thought that would hurt.
That would hurt, but like as an old, like I got 40-year-old knees, man. Like, I would not want to experience that
on the knee?
On my knees, yeah, no. If they were willing to be on top, hey, have at it. But that's an old man answer for your ass right there.
Yeah. I don't even know how you would, like, make it work very well. It just seems like it wouldn't.
I think lady on top, it would be a little bit like, it's like if the guy is like sitting like,
say, like, imagine you're just like, you're like, you have like a whole bunch of extra weight on you and you're just being bounced on like a fucking...
See, but you're looking at it if you're laying down flat. I would pick a corner and just kind of
Just
catty
sit
corner
there,
in the
catty
corner, and then the lady's on your lap though, and then she can hold on to the edges, so nobody's knees is getting fucked up, man.
I guess, but like then you're just like you got so much truck bed contact. Like
Yeah, like on your ass.
yeah, you're like ass, your back, maybe your
That would be
legs.
the best way. Or like if the flatbed is laid down, and then the lady like just kind of leans over the flatbed, but then you're not really
You're not
really fucking in the truck. But yeah, if you got to be in the truck,
you got to be in the truck.
I'm sitting down in the corner.
You got to put some miles on it.
Yeah, yeah, you got to fuck up the suspension, right?
Apparently.
But yeah, I think that would be the only way to make. But like either party just laying down flat, that would be a difficult sell. But then for a lady too, I don't know if she's got like strong enough thighs. If you're laying down flat on your back and she's just doing like the whole like squatting motion, that might work. But I don't know how like realistically how long somebody could keep that up. You know.
It'd be very difficult. Let us know if you ever fucked in the back of a Chevy pickup truck.
Yeah. How did what positions did you take? How did that work?
Is there a special position for truck bed fucking that we don't know about?
Maybe, yeah. Well, I mean, there's farmersonly.com, so like maybe there is, you know.
Let us know. Is there like some slang in the country music community for when you're fucking in the back of a pickup truck?
If we pulled up Pornhub, there probably is like a pickup truck position, you know?
Yeah, the whole genre category going. Oh, we're not doing that though.
Yeah, I'm fucking up my algorithm.
Well, you know, it's now when I hadn't looked at the lyrics and just heard it 27 times with my coworker, it plays like it's one of the songs that whoever runs the radio obviously likes it because they play it like 2 or 3 times every cycle, and I'm like, but I haven't heard this other song, and I've heard this song twice. What are you doing?
That's radio stations, though. They'll have like 8 to 12 songs, and that's what they play like every 2 hours for a couple months.
There's more than 8 or 12.
I don't know, man. It seems like at least for a good 4 or 5 months, every time she was taking me to work, we would hear fucking Shabuzi.
Well, yeah, because it's at like the same time every day.
Yeah.
They just play the same loop at the same hours of the day, which is kind of annoying, but yeah, they got... This radio station probably has like 20 songs or something. It's not too much better, but yeah, then they pick like 2 or 3 songs that they play like 2 times every loop. Old. And I'm just like, why are you doing that? Just play every song 1 time per loop. Like, just why are you playing this song multiple times? I don't understand.
Here's a good would you rather, because I'm having a hard time deciding now. When I worked at Missouri Vein Care, the little vein clinic that I worked at for a couple years, I had a coworker, and she would she would play gospel music.
Oh no!
So like, yeah, what would be worse? Do you think, like country all day, or the same?
Definitely gospel. 100% gospel would be way worse.
As much as I want to agree,
because if you think about it, right, like country music is kind of just gospel music, but like toned down, right? Instead of all about God, sometimes you got trucks and beer in there too. You know,
and breakups,
breakups, yeah. So,
but dude, there was some bops.
I mean, I'm sure there are some bops,
man.
I'm sure there are, but I don't know. I think gospel would be way worse.
But that's why I'm torn, because like country, like overall is kind of tolerable, but kind of terrible.
Yeah.
Gospel is usually terrible, but every now and again you'll get like a super fucking bop.
Super bop.
Yeah, like, so it's like, which would you prefer? Like
super bop.
Kind of terrible all the time?
I think I'd take kind of terrible all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this one man, this guy who like the same power that rose Jesus from the grave. Like he fucking hits that shit. Like,
going crazy with it.
Yeah. I would be there miserable. I'm like, man, just play that one, dude. Come on. Like,
yeah, that's always how it is with radio, man. It's just like, I've got like 4 songs I want you to play. Just which is crazy. Like, I don't know why this guy is playing the radio. Like, we have every other source to get music ever imaginable, and he's like, nah, radio. Like, what are you doing, man? I understand that you're like 50 something, but come on.
Yeah. Man. Well, I mean, do y'all do gift exchange?
I mean, I would assume we have. I haven't been there for Christmas time.
Yeah, so. Get him a fucking Spotify username and sign him up. Like that way, I mean, you know, you would have like
no.
At least a variety of terrible songs that you had to hear, as opposed to just the same 12
No, it's all right.
every day.
All right, well, that's the fuckboard for you. That's Miles on it. Can we think of a fuckery way to alter the name? I couldn't think of one for Afternoon Delight, but
yeah, I mean, because those are pretty on the nose, man.
yeah, I was just asking just in case you had something.
No, I don't think I got anything.
Anyways, did I talk about becoming a lobbyist?
You did.
I think
was
I
the
did.
next one that you
Tips or no tips?
Yeah.
I'm not sure why I put this on there. It's been so long, I forgot. I don't know if it was just about like normal tips, like at the restaurant. I think it might have just been that, but I think we already talked about that, didn't we?
We've talked about like the percentage of what you should tip, but I don't think like so you're against tipping altogether?
I don't like tipping culture. I tip.
Yeah.
Because, you kind of like have to, like you like are a horrible person if you don't.
Yeah.
Right? But I wish that I didn't have to. I wish that if I went to a restaurant and I looked at the menu and it said $12.99, that's what I have to fucking pay for my meal. I don't want to have to pay
I get it.
$12.99 and then but then there's tax to like bring it up to $13.50 and then you got to leave a tip. Now you're at $15. It's like, just fucking tell me what I have to pay, okay? Like I don't want to have to do math at the restaurant to order my food to know what I'm going to be paying at the end of the meal. Right? I don't like tipping culture, okay? Tipping, I do it. Actually, just recently, I guess we can, here, well, you know what, we'll go into this story because I didn't even write it down yet. So we went, because my coworkers, we love to just go out to lunch and just eat on company time, just all the fucking time. Pretty much any excuse they can get, we go out and do it. So we do it for birthdays, is the main one, but then just on Wednesday this week, we went out because it was the end of the fiscal year. So like we did it, we got through a year, wahoo guys, hooray. It was so hard. It's like everything resets, right? For finances, everything like, resets on July 1st. So it was kind of a big deal that we made it through the year. So we went out and had a celebratory lunch. And you have to buy your own food. They don't buy it for you, which I guess is fine, but you still get to go out for lunch on time. Like I get paid for an 8-hour day.
Yeah.
And I go out to lunch for like an hour, hour and a half. Now, obviously, I don't get to take an additional, 30-minute lunch break. That is my lunch break, but instead of being 30 minutes, it's an hour or an hour and a half. So I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
Okay. Normally, I don't get food when we go out to eat because I don't want to spend money and I don't really like food. But we went to Papo's Pizza, and they have cookies for sale there. And I'd had the cookies before. One of my coworkers went there a previous time and brought one back for me. And they were pretty good. And then I was like, sure, I'll buy some cookies.
Where is that? Like, what is it close to in proximity?
You know where the Hobby Lobby is? You know where the Walmart is?
Okay, yeah.
We know the Aldi is. That's probably a better one.
Okay.
The Aldi. If you go...
So it's like across
If you go down the boulevard closer to work from the Aldi, like 2 blocks, and then you cross the street.
Okay.
It's right there.
I'm curious what their pizza's like.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Their cookies are fucking great, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, their cookies are really good. So I got some cookies because they're pretty cheap. Like, they're really big cookies. They're sizable cookies, and they're like $1.25 each if you get a dozen. So I was like, sure, I'll grab some cookies. And because I have cash. I had cash. I wouldn't pay for this with my card, obviously, because then I'd have to put it on my money sheet, and it'd be an expense that I'd have to itemize. It'd be a whole thing. But when it's cash, I don't got to worry about it. It's just I can throw away my cash however I want. So I used my cash. It was $15 for all the cookies, for a dozen cookies, and I had a 20. And so the lady came back, and it was like, I don't know, like $17 or something after tax. And I just gave her the 20. I just said, keep the change. And everyone looked at me like I was fucking crazy, because I don't spend money. So like, you tipped? No, are you serious? Are you crazy? What do you tip? And I'm like, I tip? Of course I tip, man. Yeah. Especially because, like, I don't want you to have to go all the way to your register, take out, do a change, and then for me to just give it right back to you. Like, that's fucking stupid. Just keep it. Yeah. I'm not going to make you do a whole bunch of extra work. Just keep the money. So I tip, okay?
I get where you're coming from with, like, if you're in an agreement, like, this is what it says it costs on the menu, then that's what I should pay.
Yeah, it's like if your workers aren't getting paid enough to make a livable wage, raise your prices and pay them more. Like,
yeah, but they don't. So that's why I kind of feel obligated to tip.
And that's why I tip too, right?
They don't even get minimum wage.
Yeah.
In most instances. So.
Exactly. So that is why I tip, because I know that's how it works. That's how it operates. I don't like it. I don't agree with it, but it's just the world we live in. So I do it. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think there was some other reason that I put that on there, because that's also right next to
Woke from
Washington.
Yeah, what is that about?
So my coworker, as you know, he listens to country music, so he's kind of a hillbilly. Those are his words, not mine.
Okay, so he's got some opinions.
He's got a couple of opinions going, which I don't get into too much about opinions.
Man.
But he knows that I'm from Washington State, and he's always asking me. He's not always asking me, but like one time he was asking me, if I'm woke or if I'm like from woke Washington. And he says Washington as Washington. He puts an R in there for some fucking reason. I was like, it's all there in that woke Washington.
So he asked you, are you woke?
I don't know those weren't his exact words, but pretty much. Yeah.
Oh man.
Which is just so fucking funny. I don't mind it at all. He's a hoot and a holler to be around, but it's so fucking funny. He's like, I hate the West Coast because they're all woke over there. I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Anybody that still refers to people as woke, that's usually a bit of a red flag. Because that's not really a term anymore.
It's very much a term.
No, it is, but the people that are still using it, I'd be a little weary. Does he have Confederate flags and shit in his
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I would not in his cube. He doesn't. But on his car. I've seen his car. He doesn't have them. But I would not be. I mean, I'd probably be like, dang it, if he did have one outside his house or something. But I wouldn't be particularly surprised if he did. So
yeah, I bet that man's got some opinions, boy.
Yeah.
In which I'm totally being a little leftist. I feel like now, because I'm being just as judgmental.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I've only heard one thing about this guy. I'm already
he likes country music, and he calls anyone from the West Coast woke. So I mean, do you really need any more?
Right.
But no, I mean he does it in a joking manner, right? Yeah. It's not like he's just he understands the self-irony there and acknowledges it.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's just out there attacking everyone on purpose. He's just he's generalizing because it's funny. Right? he's a funny guy. I like talking to him.
Yeah. Does he wear suspenders?
No.
Oh, okay.
I guess you could wear suspenders at work, right? That is an option. No, he doesn't.
Not suspenders, but what are the fucking instead of a belt? Are those suspenders?
Yeah, those are suspenders. Okay. Yeah, things that go on your shoulders. Yeah.
I got confused with overalls. I'm sorry.
It's overalls are built-in suspenders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's fun. I just it's so he's so fun, dude. He's so funny, and he thinks I'm so woke. I mean, I'm definitely woker than most for sure, but I'm not very compared to woke people. I'm not woke at all, really. So it's pretty funny. Well, it's also because where I grew up in Washington was a rural farmy-ish area. You know, it's a pretty small town, so it's as far as wokery go, I'm
you're pretty. Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I'm from Washington, but I'm not woke at all. So it's really funny that he's calling me woke. I think it's hilarious.
Well, I think one of the few things that we do agree on, we're not really political guys, in either direction,
I mean, I definitely lean left, but I definitely try to see the right side for sure.
Try to be objective.
Yeah, try to be okay, why, maybe I don't agree with it. Maybe I think it's a bad idea, but why do you think it's a good idea?
Yeah.
What good can come of it? Because really, when you think about it, there's so many different ways to solve the problems that we got in society. And it's as long as you have a solution, it's really better than no solution. Even if it's one that I don't agree with, obviously maybe I prefer a different solution, but it's as long as we got a solution.
Yeah.
That's really what matters at the end of the day. So, there you go. Spaceballs 2 was announced. Did you see the trailer for that?
I have not.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
I wasn't. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of the original, but I've never sat down and watched.
You've never seen Spaceballs?
I've never sat down and watched Spaceballs.
Gosh. Oh man, I've seen Spaceballs at least 3 times. That shit is a classic.
It's a Star Wars parody, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't that into Star Wars. So I didn't.
You don't gotta be that.
I don't feel like I would get a lot of the references.
The characters in Star Wars.
Well, yeah.
And they have lightsabers and use the Force.
Yeah, right? And lightsabers are really cool.
That's all you need to know.
All right.
As long as you know the characters, you know what they look like, and you know which ones are good and which ones are bad.
Yeah.
you know about the Force and you know about lightsabers.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Well, yeah, the concept of Jedi are really cool. It's just that, like, I have such a squirrely attention span. Anytime I've ever tried to sit down and watch an entire Star Wars, I can't do it, dude. They're too fucking dry, man. Like, I can't.
But Spaceballs.
Well, yeah, but that, okay. I'd be willing to give it a shot. But I'm just saying, I feel like some of the references would be lost on me, is all I'm saying.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think it's too many. I mean, there are a lot of references, but it's mostly about just making, like, it's just a funny movie, really. It's just like they just put as many jokes as they possibly can in there and make it funny. It's not referencing, like, the reference to the source material is that, you know, there's a good side and a bad side fighting in space. Like, that's pretty much.
Okay.
And they have the Force and lightsabers. Like, that's kind of where the references kind of end. I mean, obviously there are, like, you know, deeper references to it, but that's pretty much it. Other than that, they're doing their own original thing, I would say.
So are you hyped for the sequel?
I'll definitely see it.
Yeah.
For sure. Because Spaceballs 1 is funny as fuck. So Spaceballs 2 gotta be pretty funny. And the trailer is just classic Spaceballs, so.
So it does feel like the original then.
The trailer was It has a very meta humor is Spaceballs. So the trailer was very much stuck to that meta humor aspect. It was pretty funny.
You're not a little worried that it took them this long to
That was referencing the trailer. As
wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. They literally, because you know the Star Wars, like the scrolling, you know, a long time ago. Yeah. They said, like, since Spaceballs 1, there has been enlisted like a minute worth of everything that's happened since Spaceballs 1. So fucking funny.
Oh wow. All right. Well, hey, at least they're acknowledging it.
Yeah, that's what Spaceballs is all.
Yeah. Oh.
Choked on my own water there.
A little wrong.
Excuse me.
Action there.
All right. Well, you've got a classic right here.
Oh. The strangest place you've ever peed. Well, because I was thinking about stuff to talk about, and I started thinking about me as a kid, man, and I used to do some really weird shit. Like, really weird shit, and it just always makes me wonder, like, who was watching me, man? Like,
no one.
Like, well, yeah, but, like, who was supposed to be watching me while I was doing
probably your parents.
This weird shit. Well, I mean, I didn't live with my mom at the time because she was overseas. But yeah, like, one time, dude, I ate a freeze pop, and then I peed in the freeze pop wrapper.
Yeah.
And tried to freeze it. But, like, I was too fucking stupid.
What were you planning on doing with it after that?
I don't know. That's the thing. Dude, like, I was such
like, were you going to eat it? Or
no, I definitely
Were you going to try to give it to someone?
I think in my weird, twisted mind, I was hoping someone else would think it was a freeze pop and then eat my pee. But, like, I wasn't smart enough to seal the freeze pop wrapper.
No!
Yeah, so I go to put it in the freezer, and it's like,
oh my god!
I was like, dude, man, I should have been
all up in your freezer.
Yeah, and I think back to that, like, I couldn't have been any more than like 6 or 7.
I would hope so. Yeah.
So there's no way that I cleaned that up thoroughly enough.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, as a fucking toddler that can barely even reach up that high.
So there's been piss in your peas ever since you were a child.
In that freezer.
Unbelievable.
Like,
no one knew about this. Is this your first time coming clean about it?
Well, yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, in which my aunt, God rest her soul, she's passed away now. Like, that's why I lived with.
It was her freezer.
It was her freezer. So, like,
she never knew.
Other stuff, yeah, dude. Nobody ever.
She died not knowing that every time she ate food out of her freezer, there was probably piss particles on it.
Or probably, like, piss sickles at that point. Yeah, man.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's terrible.
And your parents are now watching this, right?
No. My mom asked me the other day, because, I mean, my mom's so religious, dude. Like, she would be, like, 5 minutes of me talking about philosophizing between people's thighs and, you know, hearing her baby boy, like, talk about his favorite, like, you know, fear boners and shit. You know, no, my mom does not watch the podcast.
Oh, okay, all right. I thought she did for some reason.
But, yeah, her sister, God rest her soul, looked after me while my mom was in Germany. And yeah, I guess
pissed in her freezer.
it had to have been summer vacation, I'm thinking. But
jeez, man. I mean, I haven't pissed anywhere that weird. I mean, usually I piss in the toilet. Sometimes I miss. I oftentimes piss in the shower. I'm a shower pisser.
Yeah.
I've pissed on like trees out in the woods as you do. I pissed in that really gross bathroom that we talked about in Hawaii. That was gross, but it was still a bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, I can't really recall anytime I've ever like pissed on anything terrible. Well, my mom, we had moles in our yard growing up. My mom had us piss on the mole holes. Because I would allegedly get rid of the moles. I don't know if it worked or not.
Oh, like, I mean, I guess that makes sense, you know? I wouldn't want to crawl through someone's pee.
But that was, like, in my yard, and it's, like, you know, pretty similar to just pissing, like, on a tree, you know? You just piss on the mole hole instead of the tree. It wasn't like, you know, we went out there as, like, a party, you know, like, hey, everyone, let's go piss on the mole holes. You know, it was like, you know, if you're outside playing and you got to go pee, don't worry about coming inside. You can just piss on a mole hole.
Yeah.
You know? And, you know, you just, you know, turn your back to your friends look the other way or whatever, and you just pee. So, you know. It wasn't a mole hole pissing party.
Yeah.
So, it's just...
I think, is that okay? Are you okay with that?
Yeah. That's why I said it. I think that'd be a great title.
Mole hole pissing party.
Mole hole pissing party. The classic mole hole pissing party.
That sounds like a fucking Pornhub search category too, though. You know, mole hole pissing party.
Mole hole pissing party. There we go.
Yeah.
That's what we got there.
Jeez Louise.
All right.
And back to you.
Is it back to me? God damn, where are we at?
And in which this is like, we're actually going to be talking about some philosophy here about the genetically crafting your own kid.
Oh, yes. If you could genetically craft your own kid, would you do it? I forgot where the hell I saw it. Oh, it was another podcast that I watched. They talked about something adjacent to it.
Yeah.
Well, no, they really pretty much talked about this, but we'll talk about it too, because I thought that was really interesting. Would you do it? If you could have a kid and you could genetically modify them, would you genetically modify them? How far would you go?
I would want to, but I would not.
You wouldn't?
I would not. Because, I mean, like, while I'm not, like, somebody that goes to church, I do believe in a higher power. And that just feels like, that feels too much like playing God. That feels too much playing God. But, like...
What you don't think God gave you the genetic modification tools so that you could do that?
Well, and see, that is a good argument for it. But
no, it's not. Continue, though.
No, seriously, like, well, because, like, that's how, like, you justify... That's how you justify blood transfusions and all of, like, the other shit, like, you know, that we do in medical science. It's like, okay, like...
I don't think that's how...
You know, God gave us the God-given brain function to find our way to this science, so we should use it. But I don't know that we should... You know, especially, like... deciding what somebody, like, how they're going to be born and how they're going to come out, like, I don't know that we should be doing that. But, like, somebody that's grown up watching sports, you know, if I could guarantee that a kid would be, like, super fucking tall and muscular, and, like, all of my knowledge of, like, watching sports, and I could be, like, a stage dad and coach this motherfucker into earning millions of dollars, it would be tempting. But I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it? Okay. What if it was just, like, one thing, like if it was just height, you still wouldn't touch it?
Because then too, like, okay, yeah, you ensure that your kid comes out to be super tall, but like, what if he has like really terrible growing pains? Or like, some people that are super tall have a whole lot of fucking medical issues, dude. Like, yeah, he's super tall, he makes it to the NBA, but what if he's fucking Greg Oden and like, his rookie year into the NBA, his fucking knees shatter because he's so fucking tall, but he's got all this muscle and his frame can't handle the muscle. You know what I mean?
Like, you don't have to make him that tall, man. Well, you don't got to make him 7'8".
What the fuck is the point of ensuring that they're going to be tall if they're not going to be tall enough to be dominant, man? You know what I mean? Like, if you just make him like 6'3", that's every motherfucker in the NBA almost. That's not enough of an edge for you to be playing with somebody's genetic makeup. You know, I mean, if you're gonna go, you might as well go big, dude.
You wouldn't do it to like, you know, make it so that they're, you know, like they get the ladies. Like ladies always love a guy over 6 foot. Or you want to do it just so we can reach the top shelf?
That's not enough no more.
What if you could? Okay, what if not height? What if you could genetically modify to make it so that you know they wouldn't have like major health issues?
and just ensure
like they wouldn't have
that
any chronic illnesses. Or
that would be
like that.
very tempting. But again, dude, there's no.
You're gonna make them suffer.
There's no. It's not that. It's just that there's no free lunch, man. Like, if you zig instead of zag, like, yeah, he might not have fucking Down syndrome, but like, what if he's a sociopath? You know what I mean? Or like, what if he's like, just because you can ensure one thing won't happen, if like I said, I don't necessarily claim to know who or what God is, but like, I feel like there is like destiny and, you know what I mean? Like a set path that everybody's supposed to be on. And if you go fucking with it, like, I just wouldn't. I couldn't.
Okay, what about, okay, one more option for you. This is like the lowest you can go here. Okay, what if you go to the ultrasound, the doctor's looking at the kid, doctor investigates the kid, realizes, uh-oh, kid's got some chronic illness, their legs aren't going to work their whole life. But if we go in and splice them right now, we can make their legs work.
Now, see, in that instance, like, I feel like you would have to do that, right?
Do you have to?
Well, because, dude, okay, like, it's...
No free lunch.
Exactly. And which I wouldn't want to. And I would pray so hard for forgiveness every day. But in the same token, like, say, you know, you don't do that and your kid lives to be, like, 9 or 10, and they're having, like, a really shitty day one day and they, like, fall out of the wheelchair or some shit and, like, look at you and be like, Dad, why is my life like this? And then in the back of your mind, like, it didn't have to be. You know what I mean? So, like, in that instance, I think I would have to, but I would still be very weary.
You'd be very sad about it.
Well, I would just be worried that, like, I would ensure that something else fucked up happened to them. Because, no, dude.
I gotta fuck them up somehow. They can't.
Exactly. Like, I'm just saying, dude, like, if the Bible is even somewhat accurate, like, even a little bit accurate, God is a very spiteful and angry God, man. So if God wants you to be crippled, and then I go out of my way to make you not crippled, God's gonna get his get back.
What if God wanted you to make him not be a cripple, though? What if God wanted you to be, you know, a loving, caring neighbor and do the right thing for your child?
That's very possible, but I have no way of
maybe
knowing.
What if God's testing you to see if you have a loving heart and would, you know, care for this child and make them better?
Probably right. But again, dude, like, it goes back to, like, why they always call people God-fearing Christians, man. Like, if the Bible's right, God wants you to be scared of him. And, like, wants you to accept the path that he set things on. So, like, if God wants you to be in a fucking wheelchair, man, and you go out of your way to make sure that person's not in a wheelchair, God's gonna be pissed about it.
He's gonna be pissed about you trying to help someone make their life better.
Pissed about you thinking you know better than he does as far as what that guy's life should be.
Right. Okay. How many times, just low-key, like, just asking, how many times has God lived a life in a wheelchair?
If we're made in his image and, like, he's everywhere all the time, like, billions of times by now.
You think so? You think he still does it?
I mean, like, through us, you know, and we're, like,
he's like,
operating
damn,
through
I know
him.
how horrible it is to be in a wheelchair. I'm going to make this loser be in a wheelchair.
Maybe that loser that's born in a wheelchair was, like, fucking Genghis Khan in a past life or some shit. You know, and he's just been sent back here to be in a wheelchair because he was a dick previously. Well, because if you think about it, how long people have been people, and, like, how many people have, like, died in wars and died in famine and died for so many reasons, like, do you think he's making all these new souls? Or you don't think he's recycling? Like, I kind of believe in reincarnation in that sense. Like, I don't think he's coming up with this many new motherfuckers. Like,
I mean, if he's reincarnating people, then, like, how, like, it doesn't matter. It's like, it wouldn't matter whether they're reincarnated or not, because you don't take anything from your previous life with you. Like, you don't have any memories of your previous life. You don't have any skills from your previous life.
But what if you do, though? And, like, you just don't remember that you do.
What skills are you born with that you just, like, have?
You don't think people are born, like, some people are born with the affinity for certain things, like, more so than other people?
I mean, maybe, but I don't know if that, like, indicates that you've been reincarnated from someone else who had that affinity. Because, like, what about, like, people who have an affinity for, like, computers?
Well, there's no proof of that. But, like, what if they just had an affinity for, like, figuring things out? Or, like, claiming to know the answers to any of this shit, man. This is just me spitballing here.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Well, folks, if you know the answers to the universe, let us know in the comments below. We'd
Yeah,
love to know.
Let us know. Shit. Absolutely. But no, man, I honestly think, I feel like that in the sense that, like, if you were a terrible person or if, like, you didn't do what you were supposed to do, then you get reincarnated until you figure it out.
What if, like, what you were supposed to do was, like, time specific? Like, what if you were supposed to kill Hitler? Well, how do you get reincarnated and kill Hitler?
Well, no, I mean, but maybe you'll just have to do something else of equal or greater value, you know?
Greater value than killing Hitler?
I mean,
Sam, you're going to be getting reincarnated for a long time.
Well, I mean, they killed Bin Laden, right? Like, what if those guys were supposed to kill Hitler, man?
Okay.
They got another crack at it, you know?
Okay,
like,
all right. You got me there. You got me there. All right, fair enough.
Shit.
All right. I would not genetically modify my child, but only because, like, if genetic modification was available to everyone, I'd want to be the one to not do it.
Oh, just to be, like, the fucking contrarian? Like,
yeah.
not even...
Yeah. Not because I have any sort of religious or meaningful reason to not do it. I would just say, nah, Doc, it probably costs too much money. Just leave him how he is.
Damn, man. So then, okay, if your kid was going to be crippled, you wouldn't step in and make
at that point, I probably would.
Yeah.
I think pretty much just about everyone would. Like,
Yeah,
if the doctor was like, yo, he's going to be born without working legs, or we can go in and do a procedure and make him have working legs, I'm going to do that procedure. Most certainly. But if it's something like it's not that bad, you know, if it's like, oh no, he's going to be born with like asthma. You know, it's like, I can't be born with asthma. Like, fuck, come on.
Okay, what about like a hair lip?
A hair lip?
Yeah.
What is that?
I mean,
a hairy lip?
No, that's not what it is. It's where, like, you're only born with one lip, and then they have to cut and make a top lip for you. You've probably seen someone with it. Probably. But you probably just didn't realize.
I mean, if I've seen someone with it and I didn't realize it, then my kid can be born with it. Like, how is it hard for them to talk or eat or anything? Or does it just look weird?
I don't know the specifics in that detail. It does look pretty weird.
If it just looks weird, they can be born with it. I don't care. If it's like something's gonna genuinely make their life more difficult, like your legs don't work, you have like fucking like, I don't know, some sort of like internal thing where like you have to be on medication and go to the doctor for like, you know, some weird IV drip every Saturday. You know, if it's something like that, like, okay, I'm gonna intervene and stop that. But if it's just something like, oh, you'll look a little weird, or oh no, you'll have to like puff an inhaler every time you laugh too hard, like, you know, I'm sorry. Those are too minor for me to care. You can suffer through that.
As a kid with asthma, if I could make my kid not have asthma, I'd do that.
You would?
Yeah.
All right.
I would.
Maybe I consult my brother then. The rest of my entire family, I think. Well, my dad doesn't. I probably ask my mom and my brother maybe.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think?
Yeah, no, dude. You shouldn't wish that on anybody.
It's that bad, right?
As someone that smokes. But yeah,
you did this to yourself.
No, I wouldn't. I would not let my kid be born with asthma if I could. And which I piggybacked off of your question, and asked if you could take a pill that would change your genetics to ensure that you were the absolute best at your job, would you take that pill?
No.
No? I don't think I would either.
No. At your job?
Yeah.
Why would I want to be the best at my job?
Well, that's basically what steroids is.
Oh, okay. All right. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
No, I mean, well, steroids come with a lot of downsides. So
yeah.
If it had as many downsides as steroids do, definitely not.
Exactly.
If there was like magically somehow no downsides to it, I don't know. If there was no downsides to a pill that just made me good at my job, was like Adderall, I guess.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's where I was gonna go next. Or if you've ever seen the movie Limitless, have you ever seen that?
Yeah. I don't think I would. I mean, I don't like doing drugs, so I definitely wouldn't do it, right? But I'm trying to think of like, why would you do it? It's like, I mean, well, like my job like doesn't fucking matter, you know? It's like if I do my job better, it just means I have more time of the day where I'm doing nothing. You know, like I have like a set amount of tasks. I got to finish everything, you know, by the end of the day or by the end of the week, whenever the deadline is. And it's like, if I'm just better at my job, I just finish those things faster. And then I guess I could go to my boss and ask for more work, but I've done that and I haven't gotten more work. So, you know, I don't know.
If there was a, like, it would be on the level of like just taking a daily vitamin. So like there's no high or there's no euphoria that comes with it. But if you could take a vitamin every morning that would make you 100% better at math, you wouldn't be even a little intrigued at what that would look like?
Maybe I would try it.
Yeah. Just
to like see what it, like you said, I am intrigued to see what 100% better at math would be like. Because I thought we were pretty good at math. I don't know.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You'd be like a fucking goddamn, like, Professor X hooked up to Cerebro. Shit.
Yeah.
Like, that would be nuts.
I definitely, like, just, like, if, I don't know. Yeah, I'd probably like, try it if it was just a vitamin and it wasn't, like, a drug. But, I mean, obviously that wouldn't ever exist. If it's going to change how your brain works, it's going to be a drug, wouldn't it be a vitamin? But
yeah,
if it was somehow magically a vitamin, I would try it, for sure. I can't say I'd do it every day, but yeah, I'd try it. But a drug, absolutely not.
I would be too afraid of the, like you said, the drawbacks or the...
Yeah.
Because, yeah, there's
that's
no
the concern.
Way that there would be no negative side effects to something like that. But if there was something that would make me 100% better at customer service, I'd be tempted, man. Yeah. I'd be
such good... I mean, they'd still be mad, though, and angry at you.
Well, right, but, like, I would be... But if 100% better, I feel like you would find a way to, like, every phone call, they'd wrap it up where they'd be, like, apologizing or something.
I don't know if it's possible, man. Some people just call with a...
Yeah.
And the reason they're calling is to be mad at you. Yeah. Like, maybe some of them, you definitely turn it around better for them, but I think there's some callers out there that just want to be mad. And I don't think, however good you are, you're ever going to be able to do that.
But even on the other end of that, though, like 100% better at reading comprehension and memory retention. You know,
yeah, that'd definitely be helpful.
Yeah, math even, you know, like, sheesh, you'd be able to process a lot of shit a lot quicker, you know?
Yeah.
It'd be tempting. But, like, if we're talking about my night job, a pill that made...
All right. They already got that pill, by the way. They already that already exists.
I was talking about if there was a pill that could make me 100% a better rapper, but
when you say night job, then
yeah, man. Well,
you just say you're a rapper.
But that just circles us back to Adderall. So yeah, that's already a thing.
Does Adderall makes you a better rapper?
It did that day.
You know, if you think about it, like, there is already a drug that just makes everyone better at their job. Because if your job is sex, you got Viagra. If your job is, like, anything to do with focusing, you got Adderall.
Yeah.
If your job is anything to do with being strong, you got steroids. Are there any other jobs out there?
I mean, as a surgeon, you think Adderall would make them better? Like focusing and being precise and making those cuts?
I would think so, yeah, probably. Or like something similar.
Well, I don't know. There ain't no drug you could take to be a better construction worker, is there?
That was actually where my brain went too. I think like you would do like steroids though, right? Or like you just operating the equipment.
Yeah, okay.
You don't have to like actually lift it. Because like even if you're a construction worker, you got to lift some shit.
Yeah.
But well, if you're just out there, is there anything that like, you know, helps you with like heat stroke?
Fucking liquid IV. I don't know.
I don't know. What would a construction worker need? I'm sure there's someone that they could use that's already on the market.
Goddamn umbrella. I don't know. Keep the sun off.
It's like there's an umbrella grows out of their head. It just blocks the rain for them.
Like,
I don't think they do construction in the rain though. I think when it's raining,
they get the day off.
Speaking of construction, I haven't put it on the list yet, so we're gonna talk about it. Oh my God, you probably haven't been over by my apartment. They are doing construction, and it is the worst construction known to mankind. I don't know why the hell they're doing it. It's almost certainly not worth it. Okay, so you know my turn into my apartment road is off the highway, so you have to turn onto it off the highway, and that's the only entrance to my apartment. There's not like a back route where I could like go a different way through town. There is one choke point where my car must pass through to get home.
Yeah,
they closed off that choke point.
So how do you get home?
Exactly. I have to. So not only do I have to sit in traffic for fucking forever to get through this construction, I then have to go to the next exit, turn to a U-turn on the divided highway to go back the other way. because I can't turn left on the highway. I can only turn right.
Oh.
So I have to go an extra exit that way, actually 2 exits, because they close the next exit too for some fucking reason. So I gotta go 2 exits, turn my ass around, drive back, and turn right.
Oh, wow.
It's terrible. It is the worst fucking thing ever.
Why?
They're redoing a bridge that's nearby. And I'm like, I don't know. It's so fucking bad. Okay, and the traffic is abysmal, okay? Right, like my commute's pretty fast, like a 15-minute commute if I'm going slow, right? It's probably faster than that. And from the stretch of like where I reach the traffic to when I would be like in my, parking spot, getting out of my car, normally 3 minutes probably, right?
Yeah.
I can usually get through that section in about 3 minutes, maybe less. You want to take a guess how long it took me to get from the start of traffic to my parking spot when I timed it on Thursday?
15 minutes.
24 minutes.
That's pretty rough. Damn.
You turned my 15-minute commute into a 40-minute commute. What the fuck is that?
So are you late?
No, I'm going home. It's only going home.
Yeah,
going into
home.
work.
Yeah, it's fine.
There is no... It's not bad, because I'm turning right. Turning right is fine. Turning left is no.
That would piss me off, though, yeah, it'd take that long to get home.
Yeah, no, it's annoying as hell. And oh my gosh, the worst part, so they've closed down one lane of the highway, right? They closed down the left lane. That's like why there's so much traffic. So you got to be in the right lane. Now, the signage isn't that great. I wish the signage was a bit better, but it's like, there's a point where you reach a sign where it says, left lane closed. Right? You've already been sitting in traffic for probably like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But then you see a sign that says left lane closed. And I am like the nicest fucking driver of all time. I am leaving the world's biggest gap between me and the guy ahead of me so that everyone who is still in the left lane can get their ass over so we can get this shit moving.
Yeah.
Okay? Because like as soon as you've already passed me, Okay? Like if you pass me in the left lane, I have to wait for you to merge in anyway. It may as well just be right in front of me. I don't care.
Right.
Okay? So just get in. Let's just go. Because if we were all in the right lane to begin with before the traffic started, it probably wouldn't be as bad. It's because everyone has to merge. That's really slowing it down, right? So I'm like leaving this huge ass gap. People just don't take my fucking gap. It's crazy. I'm like, are you just greedy? Are you just like, I'm just going to keep going and merge in later?
Maybe it just feels too good to be true. Like surely he's not this nice.
I know, I'm leaving like a huge gap. I'm leaving like a 2-car length gap for these people, man. I'm like, what are you doing? They don't take it. I'm like, why? Just take the fucking gap. I'm giving it to you. It's free. You have to get over at some point. Just do it now. Ah! It's so frustrating.
Well, citizens, take the gap.
Take the gap. If someone's giving you a gap, just take it. I mean, I know it's tough, right? Like when you're in the left lane and you're going faster than everyone in the right lane stuck in traffic, it can be kind of tough to like, because there's someone behind you, you don't want to slam on your brakes. I get that it's tough to merge, but like, I'm looking at this situation where like, we're pretty much going at about the same pace. There's a big ass, just like a hole right here for like 2 cars and neither one of them want to get over. I'm like, it's so easy. Just whoop, and they just don't do it. And I'm giving like a big, like it was on Thursday, which is when I was, most noticing this, right? This was like, the Thursday before the 4th of July.
Yeah.
On the route to the lake, right? This is like everyone's got a boat attached to their truck right now. Right? So I'm trying to leave a big enough gap so that if someone's got, a boat, because that shit's hard to merge in on. So I'm trying to give a 2-car length gap so they could squeeze in there with a boat. Everyone with a boat just passed me. I'm like, it's right here, man. Like if I was carrying a boat or an RV or something or a trailer and I have to merge over at some point, I know I got to merge over at some point, I'm taking the first gap I see.
Yeah.
I'm not like, nah, I can probably get another one further down. Like, no, I'm going right now. It's crazy. I don't.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Where maybe we could ask my father-in-law. He has a boat. Like I don't know what the mind state is.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just like not. As in, maybe it's hard for them to see the gap. I don't know. I don't know what the problem is, but they're just. Oh, they are not. I'm not checking the time, folks. Is what I'm doing. Don't be scared. We got a couple more minutes.
All right, I'm gonna jump into one more.
Yeah.
All right.
Where are we here?
I hate that like every time my screen times out, I have to find where we left off again.
Yeah, it is annoying. That's because we have so many things on here. It keeps scrolling us up. Those are all titles. You're on to Cyberpunk.
It's back to me?
Yeah.
All right, well, this isn't a movie review by any means. It's a series on Netflix.
Edge Runners?
Yes. Have you watched it?
No.
Oh my god, man.
I've heard that. Have you watched it all the way through?
Yeah, twice.
I've heard that the ending is not what some people would have hoped.
Well, spoilers ahead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, spoilers ahead. If you have any interest in watching Cyberpunk Edge Runners on Netflix, spoiler in 3, 2, 1. It's not a happy ending.
Yeah, that's what I was told.
Yeah, it's not a happy ending, in which me being a hopeless romantic and like being sucked in to the story, I was kind of hoping for one, but even still, as a hopeless, sappy romantic being sucked in and not getting that happy ending, I would still suggest it to anybody willing to watch it. It's
Is it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
I think they're only about like 30-minute episodes. Even if they aren't, there's only like at most maybe 12. So it's not like you could knock it out in a day or two if you wanted to binge on it. But it's about this kid who lives in a dystopian future where a lot of people have like cybernetic enhancements and stuff like this, and he lives with a single mom, and she's working hard to ensure that he goes to a private school so that he gets an education. The kid's mom dies on the job, and then comes to find out, like, in order for her to keep him in the private school, she was doing some illegal shit. He falls into that illegal shit, and then chaos ensues from there. But yeah, it's fucking amazing. I loved it. I would recommend it to anybody that likes dystopian futures or, you know, cyberpunk stuff with people having like augmented body parts and crime drama, romance, drug use. It's got it all.
You had me hooked until the drug use.
Well, it's not in the sense that people do drugs to get high so much. It's that they do the drugs so their bodies can sustain the cybernetic enhancements. So it's not like, oh, we're gonna fucking go back and get high. It's more like, let's take these drugs so my body doesn't implode from all of the weird shit that I've plugged into it.
Right.
Yeah. It's fantastic, though. Fantastic series.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it. I never got around to it, probably because I don't have a Netflix subscription. Yeah, well, I got it for 1 month to watch Arcane, so.
Yeah. If we ever get through Alice in Borderland.
If we can do it.
If we ever get through that. Like, if you want to check out Cyberpunk, I'd definitely watch it for a third time.
Third?
Yeah, it was fantastic. And which, coolly enough, like, weird crossover for me, the main female protagonist in the series is going to be in Guilty Gear, which is a fighting game that I frequent, and it might give me an excuse to go back to Guilty Gear. Because, like, as much of a pervert...
there's going to be DLC, though, right? You got to pay?
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, okay.
But, and as much of a pervert as I am and, like, sex stuff that, like, I talk about, I kind of steered away from Guilty Gear a little bit because it's coming. It's because, like, the community for Guilty Gear, it's all about feet and lady boys.
Well, yeah, I know about the lady boys.
Like,
I knew about that.
Like, Guilty Gear is a real deviant haven right now. So it's
well, as soon as you get the ladyboys in, I mean, the feet and furries are going to be soon to follow.
No, the feet and the furries were first.
Really? And then the
ladyboys? And then
they're doing the reverse.
Non-binary, like, it's a king for anybody. Like, so yeah, if you're a freak and
if you're a freak,
I don't mean like in the like social outcast freak.
Hey, let us know in the comments below. Are you a freak?
As in like an old guy, like a freak is in someone that's really into sex. That's what I meant. So I'm sorry if it came.
Well, you can be into sex, but not into kinky stuff, though.
Well, yeah, but that's what I just like. I meant like freak as in like freak nasty, not like freak as in like freak of society. So like if you're a deviant, I'll put it that way. If you're like really into sex and gooning, as the kids are saying, check out Guilty Gear. There's a whole community of weirdos ready to...
I think if they're into gooning, I think if they're that far, I think they're past Guilty Gear at that point. Gooning is like, you've gone too far.
And have you ever looked at the Guilty Gear subreddit?
No. They can't be past gooning though. Gooning is like, that's as far as you can go. That's like that's the point of gooning.
Gooning just meant masturbating on the internet.
No, gooning is, we're gonna get into this right now. Okay, gooning is like where you you know how like when you're like about to climax, it like feels real good, right? It's trying to hold that for as long as possible. It's like edging yourself.
Yeah, I thought that was just called edging.
But like to the extreme, like for hours.
It's like edging past edging.
Yeah, like for hours, and you have like multiple monitors. Like people have a goon cave, where they'll have like multiple monitors, each with like different fetishes on them.
I've been using this
fucked
term
up,
wrong, man. I thought gooning or a gooner was just somebody that liked to drag off over stuff that they look.
Well, I mean, you can describe someone as a gooner, you know,
Yeah.
to be like, oh, you know, he jacks off probably
just
too
a
much.
guy that likes to jack off the internet.
But if you're just going around being like, yeah, I'm a gooner, people are gonna like if you're the one saying about yourself,
okay,
it means something very different. But if you're just like, oh, you know, it's
like gooner
oh,
behavior.
that's
gooner material.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought. But damn, I didn't realize that was like a fucking like marathon.
If you're a self-described gooner, you are
a tantric edger. That's what it sounds
it's fucked up.
Jeez.
It's some fucked up shit.
The more you know, man. Well, see, and that's what I love the dynamic that we have. Like you keep me.
I tell you about gooning.
Well, no, you keep me like in the know as far as what the young people are doing.
I wish I didn't know that. That's one of the things I wish I didn't know.
It does look like.
I really wish I didn't know about people having a goon cave. Like that shit's just so fucked up, man.
That is weird.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Like it's just like.
But
I haven't been there, but again, I watched a YouTube video on gooning because I was like, "What is gooning?" And there was a YouTube video in my feed that was, "What is gooning?" I was like, "Well, I don't know what this is. Let's click on it." That's where I got all my knowledge from. By the way, it's from that one YouTube video because I didn't go any further. That was enough for me.
That was enough. Yeah.
Apparently,
but I mean, there's lady gooners though, right?
I don't know, but I know there's a gooners subreddit, and they post pictures of their goon cave and like brag about their gooning adventures or something, and I'm like, that's just fucking. You need help. You need help.
There's something for everybody.
They'll be like, I'm at like hour 7. I'm like, buddy, you need.
Jesus, that sounds painful.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't know.
Like,
what
even
it is.
thinking about like 20, 30 minutes, like.
Yeah, like even that would be like absurd for any normal person, and these guys are going for hours. And again, they're like at like peak. They're at like right before ejac, trying to hold that for hours at a time.
Man.
Yeah. So if you're a gooner, stop watching. We don't want you as a viewer. If you made it this far and you're a gooner, unsubscribe, dislike, get out of here.
Hey, dude, like, come on, man.
No, I'm drawing the line. If you're a full-on hardcore gooner, if you're a casual gooner, okay, sure, whatever. Okay, but if you're like a hardcore gooner, stop it.
It's 2025, man. We can't kink shame, dude. Like this.
No, I'm kink shaming. That shit's fucked up. You need help. That shit, it's too far. Like, you can be into whatever you're watching on the goon screens, that's fine. I don't care what you're watching. Okay? But the fact that you're doing it for that long, it's an addiction. It's a problem. You need help.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you gotta go that far to have a decent orgasm, that is a bit much. But, I mean, hey, man.
No. Don't hate, man, these people. Don't encourage them.
I'm not one to judge, man.
RomeBros do not endorse hardcore gooning.
We don't judge, though, either, man. Like, yeah, I thought we were
we
like
do.
A live and let live kind of.
No, you need, no. That's not, you're not living if you're gooning. That's not living. That's.
Living on the edge,
yeah, it is, I guess, man. You know, you got that right,
yeah,
I suppose.
Shit. That's riding the lightning right there, boy.
I think I'm gonna Google search goon cave and put an image of that as the thumbnail.
Somebody just sweating in front of a bunch of monitors.
We'll see what comes up. That's gonna be the thumbnail, folks. So if you remember what the thumbnail was when you put in this video, that's that's my best safe for work discovery of a goon cave. All right, well with that, we're gonna call it. What a way to end it.
Yeah,
Goonery.
Thanks for dropping by, folks.
Yeah, that's always been a good time.
Yeah, and
Always
as
a
always,
blast.
don't jump off bed.
Philosophy.